like the some of the supercars have been coming back from the Mercedes-Benz World Track. Gets a little bit noisy down here. We've got some Ferraris just coming back into park, and we do have one here. We're going to talk to the owner, Andrew. This beautiful Ferrari. Hello, Andrew.
Hi, pleased to meet you.
Suddenly got a little bit noisy here, but probably not as noisy as your one.
Yeah, it's a bit noisy,
It's a lovely looking car, this. What is it exactly?
So it's an F12 in Largo, one of 15 in the world that they built. So it's got a carbon fibre wide body. The engine's been uprated to 780 brake horsepower, lowered on racing suspension by 40 millimetres, different wheels that Novatec made especially for the car, with a full titanium race exhaust system on it. Right.
So it's a pretty rare vehicle to be in the UK.
Yeah, there's two in the UK that I know of. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And have you owned this one long, or?
I bought it last March.
So about a year or so.
About a year, just over a year. Yeah.
I bet you've enjoyed every minute of it.
To be honest, it's been the only car I took out of the garage last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Every time I go to an event, I always want to take it because it's just such a theatre to drive it. Yeah.
We've seen it in action round the parade laps today. Was that good fun?
It was good fun. Yeah. Shame the straight wasn't a bit longer, but yeah, it was good.
It was a bit short when you get to the end. It's quite a sharp turn at the end as well.
Yeah, it is.
You do have to slow down quite rapidly.
You do
when you get there.
Yeah.
But a good spectacle for the audience, I think, when you.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it does sound good when you're on it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It does.
So, what size engine did you say this has?
It's a 6.3 litre V12.
6.3 V12.
Yeah, normally aspirated. Do you want me to open the bonnet?
I was going to say, let's have a quick look if we can.
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving around to the front, and we're going to look underneath this rather nice matte green bonnet.
There you go.
There we are, look at that. Right, that's quite something, isn't it, really?
It's a bit of a beast of an engine, yes. Yeah. So the guy that bought it originally when it was new opted for carbon fibre engine covers, and then had Ferrari sign it. All the people that build it at the factory signed it.
So these are the workers that built this car,
yeah?
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently something they do for good customers of theirs.
Yeah. So you're not the first owner of it then?
No. It was originally registered in the Czech Republic by the first owner. He had it for 2 years.
Okay.
It then got sold to someone in Germany, and then it got sold shortly after to someone in Dubai.
Right.
The chap that I bought it off had it imported from Dubai back into the UK and registered in the UK in 2018. And it went into his private collection, and between him buying it and importing it into the UK to selling it, he only drove it 120 miles.
Really?
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Yeah, which is sacrilege really when you've got a car like that.
Absolutely, but you use it.
Yeah, I bring it to motoring events.
Right.
I don't use it every day. I just bring it to motoring.
Shopping car for
No.
Well, we can see that.
No, I just use it for motoring events.
But there's plenty of those throughout the summer this year, particularly.
Yeah.
I mean, not so great the last 2 years.
No, sadly not. But it's good to see it all back now.
It's nice to get back to a full Auto Italia event here at Brooklands as well today.
Yeah, Brooklands is just an amazing place to be.
Have you been to this show before?
Yes. Yeah.
So not your first time here then?
No. I came years ago when I had a Ferrari 430.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, lovely venue.
Definitely something about coming to Brooklands, I think, with all the history that's associated
Absolutely,
with it.
Yeah.
Particularly in something as beautiful as this, really.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Can we have a quick look on the interior? We'll just have a look
of course
inside if that's all right.
Yeah. There you go.
I'll squeeze around the other side there. There we go.
There you go.
So, tell us about the interior.
Leather and Alcantara trim, carbon fibre options on the doors, on all the dashboard, steering wheel with the LEDs, central tunnel with carbon fibre shelf trim. All of the carpets in the car are Alcantara. They're not normal carpet. The chap that spec'd it had Alcantara put everywhere. and they even put a small silver dedication plate to his name in the car as well.
Oh, really? Right.
Yeah, so obviously a special customer of theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a nice place to sit.
What's it like to drive? Is it comfortable?
Yeah, to be honest, you can, if you're on the motorway and you put the Manettino button in sport, that closes the valves below 3,000 revs.
Right.
And it's quiet as a 5 Series BMW.
Really?
Yeah, and just as comfortable. Or if you want a bit of theatre, put the Manettino button into race, and that opens up the valves all the time, and then you can hear all the crackles and pops.
Bit of noise and cracking and popping.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a combination. So you can use it as a motorway cruiser.
You could use it as a nice GT cruiser to go across to Italy, which is what I want to do. I'm going to do that probably later on this year.
If you're doing long distance in a noisy car, it's not so great.
No, it's not. But shut it down.
But if you
perfect.
can shut it down,
yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's got enough space for luggage and what have you, so it's good.
Yeah. Has it?
Yeah.
Where'd you put your luggage then? I wasn't even going to bother asking that question, really.
So there you go.
There we are. We've got a bit of space.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you've got plenty of space.
So you have actually got quite a bit of room in there.
Yes, you have, and you can take that shelf out and go straight the way through if you want to.
You can move forward on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
And that's the original build sheet for the car.
Right, yeah.
As it was advertised.
Well, it's a beautiful vehicle.
Thank you.
And you intend to keep it for a bit, I guess?
I don't think I'll ever sell it, to be honest. Because it encompasses everything in a supercar that I've always dreamed of having.
Yeah.
So, no, I think I'll keep it. Yeah.
Can't say I blame you.
Yeah, it's a keeper.
It is beautiful.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you for talking to us
You're welcome.
today.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
Okay.
Brooklands.
Thank you.
Okay, we've just moved beyond the aircraft park now, and we've found a field full of Fiat 500s, and there's some lovely looking small cars here, and we have a Fiat 500 estate, and we have
Brian.
a Fiat 500 estate.
Yeah, they were actually called Giardinieras in Italy, so it was a gardener's car. So they were actually not that rare when they were built. They were 1 in 10 when they came off the production line, but because they were the utility car, fewer of them survived, I think. Yeah. So they're rarer nowadays.
This is a nice example. You've had this one long?
2018 I bought it. We had a holiday in Sicily, hired Fiat 500s for the day. My wife loved it, and we came back and he said, we should get one of those, and I didn't give her a chance to change her mind.
Yeah, that's wise. This is a beautiful looking car. We got the bonnet open here. No engine in here, obviously.
No, the engine's in the back, and it's the same as the Fiat 500 engine, but they've laid it on its side to give you better load space.
Okay, so you've got the flat.
Yeah, flat load space. So this is basically the dog's car, because for us, we've got an old dog who won't get in our normal car, but he fits in here quite nicely.
He goes in the back there quite well. So we've got in the front, spare tyre, fuel tank, I guess.
It's the crumple zone.
The crumple zone with the fuel tank in it.
Absolutely.
Which is always a good thing.
Yeah, and your feet. Yeah, we've
got other fluids going there?
Yeah, we've got
hydraulic in that one.
Full. The all-important water tank for the...
all right,
and there's a little push-button plunger inside, it's like something. And there's
all
the electrics laid out, and the rest of it, that's just in case I break down. I realised I had no hazard warning lights, so I've got some...
Oh, they're things you put on the ground,
yeah,
are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that it would ever break down, of course.
Yeah, I've got a rear engine car myself as well, but it hasn't got a fuel tank in the front.
No.
Fuel tank's at the back as well as the engine.
But yeah, they were made by Bianchi. So when Fiat decided they wanted to move up market and they felt this didn't fit in with their range anymore, they subcontracted them out to Bianchi because they were utilitarian. So unlike the later Fiats, where they changed the doors around so they opened up as a normal car door would open, hinged at the front.
Okay.
These kept what they called the suicide doors. So
they open at the back there and they're hinged in the middle.
So actually, people do business renting these out as wedding cars because it's easy for the bride to get in and out of with a big dress on. And,
Will you get a big dress in there?
yeah, you take the front seat out, they sit in the back, apparently.
Yeah, I can imagine. So have you done any work on this one, or is it pretty
I've-
much as you bought it?
I don't actually have a garage, so I've done very little work on it. It has had the engine rebuilt since I got it. Probably my own fault. I did the sheer hill climb in it last
did
year,
you? Yeah.
and that cost me a half shaft and a new engine, but I was probably a little over enthusiastic.
So you're not looking forward to Test Hill today then?
I'm not doing it today, but I'm looking forward to some of our other club members doing it today.
Oh, there you're going to have a go,
Yeah,
are
yeah.
they?
There's a few of them
Let's
having
hope
a
the
go.
half shafts are all right then. Okay, so if we move round to the
Yes.
back, and
So, full
got a
length
full
canvas
length
folding
sunroof.
roof, because canvas was cheaper than metal when they built
Right.
it. It was all down to cost cutting.
and was this standard on
Yeah,
these, or
yeah,
an
yeah.
option?
No, it's standard.
That was a standard
it was,
sunroof.
yeah, it was cheaper to build it with canvas than it is to use metal. Metal in
Right.
post-war Italy was so expensive that they
They just chopped the top off and put a bit of
and
canvas
also
on.
because of utilitarian use, it meant you could carry taller things in the
Yeah,
back.
you could
So
put a tree in there. and
Christmas
stick
tree,
out the top.
every year our Christmas tree comes home in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's lovely.
And then do you want to have a look?
Right,
at
let's have a look in the back here. So we've got a single door that opens.
a couple of mats which are mostly there just to deaden the sound. And then underneath there.
Oh, and there's the engine in there.
Yeah, so it's two-cylinder, but it's not horizontally opposed. So it's a two-cylinder inline engine lying on
Right.
its side. So this is the crankcase here, the cylinder head's there, carburettor, exhaust, and then this is just a cooling fan. So it sucks air in through the sides here, through this hollow channel here, sucks it into the engine and blows it out over the cylinder heads.
Okay, so we've got a. Yeah, there
Got
are
a-
air scoops on the
yeah.
side there. They're fairly large. Are they effective or not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't have any overheating problem with this country. Only work on the basis if it works in Italy, it's going to work. You're not going to overheat in
You're
this
not going to
country.
worry
No,
about this
no,
country, are you? No.
And it's the weird thing about it is I'd have thought I'd understood a two-cylinder engine.
Right.
You would have the pistons would go like that.
Yeah.
They go like
But
that.
they go like that.
So at night, if there's a
Okay.
car following you and you look at the rear view mirror, the headlights describe a kind of a perfect circle, which is basically the crankshaft vibrates the car around because it is. So it's not the smoothest of rides.
No,
but it is,
I can imagine. But then it probably didn't matter for its original purpose.
No,
but going
no.
across the fields in Italy
no,
with
not at all.
sacks of potatoes in the back or
Let's
whatever.
see if this one's open.
Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, there we
Between
go.
the two
Different.
engines.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it is basically the same engine. There are lots of parts that are interchangeable, apart from the carburettor. Just because
Right.
the carburettor's lying on its side, they had to
So
have
this has just been swiveled round
Yeah.
90 degrees
Yep.
to go in here, so we can get some back seats in this, obviously.
Well, this has got back
And
seats
it's got
in.
back seats,
Yeah, they
yeah,
just
but you've
fold it
got
down.
more load space.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
just keep it flat for
Yeah.
chucking hay bales or whatever in there. Ah, that's great. Right.
And is that 650? Yeah.
Is that a six?
Fiat 126 block
Oh,
in
right.
it.
Okay.
Later engine, and that will have a synchromesh gearboxes. This is the original 499cc, 14 horsepower, no synchromesh in any gears.
14.
I know.
1.4.
I know. I let the power go to my head sometimes. It's,
Yeah, you've got to be careful with that, haven't you, really? That's great. Lovely. Well, thank you for showing us around your Fiat
you're very kind. And,
Giardiniera.
Giardiniera, yes. Lovely to meet you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks
Take
a lot.
care.